So the chapter which we're gonna study today is fiber to fabric. So it's the first, before starting this chapter, we have already touched few of the portion while we were doing this chapter in the class. So today we'll try to see. We'll first try to do some revision we had done previously. Then we'll complete the chapter. So as we have already discussed this chapter in class, the story of clothing material. Okay. So here it's the story of how the production of clothes started. So here you can see in the picture, figure 3.1, it's a man and a woman standing wearing the clothes. Okay, so previously, before the clothes which we are wearing, before that clothes was discovered, people in olden times, old age, they used to, very long time ago, they used to wear the skins of animal in their body. So usually clothes, what do clothes do? Clothes protect one's body, protect the body of human being from, if you are feeling cold, you wear warm clothes that protects your body, and that's the function of clothes. It also makes you look smart and tidy. But before, a long time back, they didn't have the clothes which we have right now. So they used to wear the animal skin in their body, as you can see in the figure. Later on, it says the needle was discovered about 40,000 years ago. So once the needle was discovered, from then onwards, people, they start sewing the clothes, and that's how the production of clothes started. And in different world, different part, different region of the earth, they have different varieties of clothes according to their culture. So we'll try to see how these clothes are formed. So fabric. So what does a fabric mean? A fabric is a type of clothes which we have. Now, in order to form a fabric, we need to have fiber. Like the definition says here, fabric is the cloth that is produced by weaving or knitting textile fiber. Now, before fabric, we need to know what a fiber. Fibers are material, thread-like material, with the help of which our clothes are made. So sometimes we have different types of clothes. Those are your fabric. Like we have woolen clothes, cotton clothes, and also those are all your fabrics. So how are they made? We'll try to see it. So usually, before knowing fabric, we'll try to see from where fibers are obtained. So usually your fibers are like thread-like structure. As the definition says, a fiber is a single hair-like strand. All fabrics are made of fibers. So usually fibers are the substance from which clothes are made. So usually it says that there are two types of fiber, staple fiber and your filament fiber. So your staple fibers are not so long type of fiber, so it's just like a thread kind of structure. So if it's not so long, it is your staple fiber, and the example given here is your cotton fiber. You have seen cotton clothes, so they come under staple fiber. And your filament fiber, it's a thread like structure, and the thread is somewhat very long, so those are your filament fiber. Usually your nylon clothes and all are your filament fiber. Now we'll try to see the sources of this fiber. From where do we obtain this fiber? So usually there are two sources. One is natural sources and one is human being, you can also say man-made sources. So natural fiber, or you can, instead of man-made, you can also say it's synthetic fibers. So first one is a natural fiber. So natural fiber are those substances which are obtained in nature. So these fibers are already present in the nature. We do not have to make them. They are already present in the nature. We just have to go and collect them and give it to industries where they manufacture clothes and all. So usually we either get it from plants or animals. So from plants we usually get these cottons and all, and from animals we have wool and silk. Like you can see in the diagram, sources in case of animals are your yaks and llama. So these are your natural fibers. And man-made fibers are those fibers which are made by human beings. So they do some chemical process in the industries and all. Like they take some chemicals, and in some cases they also take the natural fiber and mix it with some chemicals. So that's how your synthetic fibers are obtained. So some of the example of synthetic fibers are your nylon clothes, your polycoats, acrylic, as it is given here, rayon, polyesters, acrylic, nylons, etc. These are some of the example of your synthetic fiber. Now we'll try to see some more about synthetic fiber. So what does this synthetic fibers? These are synthetic fibers are your man-made fibers. So synthetic, why do you manufacture synthetic fiber? The reason for the manufacture of synthetic fiber is because these natural fiber are quite expensive. So everyone in the world cannot afford to buy clothes made of pure silk, wool and cotton. So instead of that, the scientists and all, they made a cheap alternative which look exactly like natural fiber, but it's not a natural fiber. So these are your synthetic fiber. And what are the advantages? They are much cheaper than your natural fibers. And another one, they also have some properties which are more useful than your natural fiber. So it can be like durability, though clothes made out of synthetic fiber do not get torn very easily. Other examples are easily washable, easily dryable, and they do not get wrinkles. So these are the advantages of synthetic fiber, clothes made out of synthetic fiber. So I gave you the example right now, like rayon, polyesters, nylons. These are some of the clothes which are synthetic fiber made by human being. Now there are some groups which are made by human beings, but not all, we cannot say it's totally a synthetic fiber. They do use some natural fiber, and they do use some chemical with the help of which they make a fiber which has both the property of synthetic fiber as well as natural fiber. So those are so one of the example given to you out here is polycoat. So what does polycoat mean? Polycoat, it is an example of both synthetic and natural fiber. So both synthetic and natural fiber, they are mixed together, and that's how a polycoat is created. Now we'll try to see the production of this fiber in case of plants. So how do plants make it? So first, the very most example given to us out here is jute. So jute is a kind of plants with the help of which fibers are made. Okay, so as you can see out here, jute is obtained from the stem of jute plants which grow in both sandy and clay soil. So here in India, they have given us some of the locations out here in India, and the major producing state are our West Bengal, Bihar and Assam. So usually jute plants are grown in these places at very large scale. So how it is done, we'll actually see here. Jute is sown in the rainy season and harvested after 6 months when the plant starts to flower. So usually what it does, after the jute plants is ready, what they